Today I will be having a look at 5 stupid mistakes since switching Counter-Strike Global Offensive with Counter-Strike 2. The first thing that we all miss is not starting Counter-Strike 2 with Operation, which would have brought new weekly or monthly maps to Counter-Strike 2. I can't get enough of maps when I play video games, especially first-person shooters. There's so many on Crossfire, there's so many on Call of Duty, but there's not enough on Counter-Strike. But apparently over on Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which I never had the chance to play, I got my PC when it changed from Counter-Strike Global Offensive to Counter-Strike 2. I literally got my PC like a few weeks before it changed over, so I didn't have enough time to experience what you guys experienced over on Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I literally just played a match of Dust 2 and Train, and I remember this one hostage map which I think had a helipad on it or some shit. I know which one it was, where I played a bot game on that back on Counter-Strike Global Offensive when I first installed it for my PC, when my PC was new. It was in like 2023, just before it turned into Counter-Strike 2, and the bots would get stuck outside near that helipad thing, so yeah, that was funny and it gave me joy, because I was trying to learn the game by playing against bots. And I played a game of Train on casual, and I played a game of Dust 2 on casual as well. And I believe I would still be playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive up to this day, because I am pretty much quite a Counter-Strike 2 player on casual. I do casual matches like almost daily. I like to play Counter-Strike mostly on the weekends, so having something like Operations every week or every month would refresh the game a little bit, because now I'm taking a break from Counter-Strike because I have played Counter-Strike 2 from almost release to where we are now. I left the game for a little bit and then I returned to it, and then I started playing it every single day, because before I got bored of the same old maps and I wasn't good before. Now I'm a bit better than I was back then. I have a bit more experience on Counter-Strike and it can get pretty boring with the same maps, but I've learned the layouts now, so I am pretty good on these maps, and I need some new maps for me to start learning every single week, or just playing deathmatch on them just to have some fun, because it's not all about how good I'm performing, it's about how much fun I'm having. And with these same old maps, I'm feeling like I need a bit more on Counter-Strike 2. So Operation would probably bring me what I'm looking for, with new maps at least every month or every week. Depends how fast they can get new maps out. Apparently not that fast, because we still haven't got Catch or Train, but that's beside the point. Their second mistake, or their first mistake, was removing Counter-Strike Global Offensive and replacing it with Counter-Strike 2. I believe that I would pick Counter-Strike Global Offensive over Counter-Strike 2 because I like Catch and I like Train, two maps that aren't on Counter-Strike 2. And the reason why I've grown to love these two maps is because that is what I think of when I think of Counter-Strike, is Dust, Train, Catch, and Mirage, and Mirage is one of my favourite maps, and Nuke, the other one, that is my favourite. That's all that I think about when I think of Counter-Strike. So knowing that those maps didn't come here I'm playing a game that I'm not thinking about. I'm playing on maps that I'm not thinking about, that they are just there in the map pool when I want these two maps being added to complete my collection of maps on Counter-Strike 2. All that I ask for is catch and train, and then I will happily carry on playing on Mirage, carry on playing on Nuke. I would happily play on all the maps on Counter-Strike 2 today, but with the addition of train and catch, that would be my collection all finished. And I'd probably do 24/7 on catch, playing on competitive until they kick me, then jumping back in another competitive match, they'll kick me again, and then eventually being like, fuck this, I'm going to play deathmatch on catch for 24/7. So yeah. But yeah, I would like options to go back to Counter-Strike Global Offensive and play it, because that's what I kind of missed out on when they brought Counter-Strike 2 out, because I didn't have a PC back in 2013. I didn't have a PC when Counter-Strike Global Offensive was around. I just about got my PC just when they were taking or saying goodbye to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So it's kind of messed up, not gonna lie, Valve. You took a game away from me which I was just dipping my feet in. That's kind of messed up, not gonna lie. Also, another mistake that they made was removing all maps instead of updating them all. They had a golden opportunity to not rush out Counter-Strike 2, to just chill. We've got Counter-Strike Global Offensive, chill. Add maps first, fix the game first, friggin' test, run tests on it until it is so stable that it is better than Counter-Strike Global Offensive. While you're doing all of that, I'ma happily play Counter-Strike Global Offensive. But no, you rushed Counter-Strike 2 out. The lack of maps shows how rushed out Counter-Strike 2 was. And you don't have to do much to bring these classic maps back. All you have to do is pull it back into your coding or your software, whatever you freaking use, and be like, I'm gonna turn the brightness upwards. Boom, that is our new map. And maybe polish it a little bit. That's all you have to do. Just copy, paste, and then put the brightness up like Counter-Strike 2 kind of brightness, and then polish, and then have it out. You don't have to do much, but apparently they're remaking the maps from scratch, and it's like, you're putting in too much effort, bro. That is the reason why I don't have these maps already. You could have done copy and pasting, and then putting the brightness up to Counter-Strike 2 brightness, polishing, and then throwing it at me. Because, bro, I am needing some new maps right now. I don't know about you, but I am begging Valve to get some of these old maps out. At least train and catch. Then that's complete. I will happily play 24/7 on Counter-Strike with catch and train being the only two maps in the rotation. I don't even need Nuke, I don't need Mirage. I just need those two maps. That's all that I ask for. Amen. Releasing Counter-Strike 2 without catch and train in the map pools. Instead, they choose to put Agent and Overpass, two really unpopular maps, onto Counter-Strike 2. Yeah, I don't know when the last time it was that I played Agent. It's not that often that I get to play Overpass either, but Agent I don't really play. Nobody votes for it when I play on casual, so you might as well just get rid of them and bring two new maps. And I've got those two new maps in my brain, catch and train. But yeah, please get rid of Agent and Overpass and bring me catch and train, because Agent and Overpass are the two most unpopular and two most underwhelming maps that I ever play on Counter-Strike 2. I mean, if you look at the difference between Counter-Strike 2 map pool and CSGO's map pool, I would love to go back to Counter-Strike Global Offensive just to experience some of those great maps for the first time. But unfortunately I can't. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, see ya.